Hey guys, if you love QF's content on our free Sundays and Thursday sessions, then please visit our Patreon page in the description and sub to the Black Kluge tier or higher for full access to not only our bonus weekly Tuesday night shows and the alternate Sunday shows you've been missing, but also to the exclusive episodes not available to the lower tiers. It's roughly the price of one coffee a month, and nobody at Starbucks will make you laugh like we do for that kind of scratch. In addition, when you sub to the Black Kluge tier, you'll get 2 weeks advance access to each Thursday session on Patreon before it makes it to YouTube.
And the producer, Howard's Porky's project, telling Howard 100 News the script for the remake is ready to go. Dan Gross saying it's full speed ahead to make Howard Stern's Porky's this fall.
That's true. I watch that and I go, who the fuck would want to be I mean, Ryan Seacrest makes a lot of money. What does he want to be on New Year's Eve doing that dumb fucking show? But he loves that shit.
He loves to work.
Sure does. I don't. I'm looking to make the most amount of money I can with the least amount of hours.
With maybe one job.
Thank you.
And, listen, thank God she's growing up nice. She's not getting any of that awkward stage like that Lesbian kid.
Yeah, she doesn't look awkward. You're right.
I said to her, Millie, we can't tolerate you having some sort of awkward stage. You got to do a Brooke Shields and just be hot from the time you're a little girl to the time you're a woman.
So I wake up in the morning, I see Ralph's bedroom is empty. Arty, I realize Arty locks his door at night. I noticed you lucky. Do you have a thing? Because what I did was I tried to open the door to see if you were in there because I figured both you guys were gone, and then the door was locked.
I don't remember doing it. Maybe I did it out of habit. Yeah.
You lock yourself in at home?
He locked himself
Not in the bedroom, but I might have. I was a little drunk myself. I might have locked the. I guess
like
I locked
the front door.
Well, good thing you did because I would have been in your room.
Right. Exactly.
You're smart.
Who needs you in there?
Right.
Always lock your door at Howard's house. Meanwhile, Howard,
Yes, Ralph.
you have raised children in the age of the cell phone.
Yes, I have.
And you find that your kids like to text.
They do.
But do you ever text and not get an answer back?
Yeah, sure.
How does
All
that
the
make
time.
you feel?
Well, I know they're glued to that thing 24/7.
Yeah.
Even Beth does that to me.
Uh-huh.
Like I write her and
She doesn't.
she doesn't answer. Like the one who was in the first Spider-Man where he played the villain. Your boyfriend.
Oh, my God. What a...
You saw him in a play.
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
I think he was naked in the play.
Willem Dafoe.
Didn't you see him in a play naked?
No.
Someone told me he was in a play once naked, and
well,
he's
I
got a
didn't see
huge cock.
I think she's some kind of an editor.
Hey, Gail's Oprah's Ralph.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. All right.
But she actually completes things.
yeah, she does.
She does.
No, my theory is, and hey, it's only a theory. I ain't saying anybody's a lesbo. I don't know. But I feel those two are in love with each other, and that they do each other, and that they have sex with each other, blown out lesbian sex.
So she really is his
They
Ralph.
travel together. You agree, right?
I totally agree.
And I
Always
think
felt it.
if that is true, Oprah should come out of the closet.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to QF Podcast about Howard Stern. I'm Phil Moore, a.k.a. Jim Fix, your host. With me back in the saddle is Lady K. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. A little tired just because my sleep is still getting disrupted by the weather, the heat and stuff. I'm taking naps in the afternoon like some old altar cocker. But when it gets hot, all of a sudden it seems my body goes into siesta mode. How about you?
Oh, I love naps. They're the best. I had one today.
Yeah.
I sit in I have this big giant club chair in the living room with a little ottoman. And so I get in there I feel like an old man, just like you said. I get my little blanket and I am just snoozing away.
And the cat doesn't jump up on the lap, but
Sometimes.
Yeah. Guys, whether we have energy or not, we're happy to present this one to you. It's a clip called Arty's Psycho Chick Story. And it's got its own beginning, middle, and end. And actually, there's a continuation from the Nick and Artie Show that explains the follow-up to what happened. So I'm going to start off with the clip from the Stern Show, and I'd say this is 2007-ish, so a vintage Artie era. So I thought it might be fun to get off Robin, especially since Howard didn't come back this last week, and the story was, a cat died, and that's why he needed a couple extra days off. I don't believe any of that. I think it was just speculation's rife. I think it was just him deciding to fucking pull off. Oh, let's make it a long. I don't even really want to go back. Let's make it another week, and then he'll make up the week, the 2 days sometime. They're later in some pre-recorded bullshit.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. That was a stupid excuse.
Yes.
Too. You're not going to take a week off for that.
No.
And I think he was pitching a fucking fit. I hope, and I'm sure it did get back to him in some capacity, and I hope it did, that this little stunt he pulled backfired because everybody was like, good. He should be off. He sucks. And so I hope that made its way to him.
Well, yeah, no one was going, oh God, he said he would be back. Mostly was like, so what's the big bullshit story going to be this summer? What's going to be? So I don't know whether it's a negotiation still going on. It's still not going to take an extra fucking week. He could easily. No. He only has 2 days. Raven pointed out. It wasn't even 3 days. It's 2 days. He has to make up, and that can be 2 made up pre-recorded bullshit days in December, and then he's and then he's fine. It's not like he had like a full week of a full week is not a full week for him. It's not 5 shows.
No, it's not. And the only other thing I thought of is maybe his mom passed away, but
right.
I don't know. I mean, maybe that would be excusable, of course, but I don't know. With him, I don't believe anything, and everything he does is suspicious.
Yes. And if there were something about his mother, I think he would know about it. I think he would put it out. I think he would insist on coming back. But then, I don't know, like, maybe Gutterman's wasn't available until that week. I don't know. He's really trying to figure out if it was. We don't know if there was a death, so we're not going to conjecture any, guys. But when he does come back, we'll be covering that, of course. So anyway, in the meantime, let's go with some actual fun with Arty.
You pulled a smoking hot chick up on stage after your show on Symphony Hall. You fuck her or what?
I wanted to. I thought I had a shot, but that was the lunatic. I got a lunatic woman up there. I almost got into a fight.
What do you mean?
Well, the chick he's talking about was really drunk, and she had fake tits, and she kept like blowing me kisses in the front of the front row.
Oh, that's a sure come on.
She's like 23.
Oh, she was fucking smoking, dude.
So I say, hey, she goes, come here, give me a kiss. And my move now is I go, I can't bend down over. It's a fire hazard, so come up here and I'll kiss you. So I do that, and sure.
A fire hazard? How's it a fire hazard if he leans over?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I mean, trying to figure that out. I don't know.
Oh, my Lord.
Sure enough, right behind, there's a fucking dude.
Oh.
And again, I just hate being that guy. I'm like, all right, man, come on up. You go out this way. But this chick fucking runs ahead, loses this guy, and would not stop just, like, mauling me. She was drunk. She grabbed me. She kept kissing my neck. And meanwhile, this kid looks like kind of a tough kid. I don't know. And he's pissed off. And
what's he pissed at you for?
Yeah,
right,
she's
exactly.
the one going crazy.
I think he was pissed at her.
Right.
But I just don't need, like, this is a hassle I don't need now. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever. We got to go. She follows me through I guess security might think I want this, because it looks like I might.
Fuck yeah, you want.
Right, so
she's a hot chick.
She follows me through the dressing room, through a whole crowd of people, into my limousine. My mother and sister came with me.
Geez.
Now, she follows me in the limo. It's me, this lunatic chick, and my mother and sister. She's trying to tongue kiss me.
Now, the only thing I have with this is how is a Mirando, however hot she is, how is she getting past security and going into this limo?
I don't know. Did he not have security?
I guess not. I mean, now to be fair, he's a comic. He's not like fucking, I don't know,
Right.
Pink Floyd, and he's got, security that's, 50 years working with the band, and they, they funnel somebody out of the, like, I don't believe it's that kind of situation. He might live like a rock star, but I don't believe at this point he has those guys helping him, like his ex-cop friend Danny McGrath, and that guy who said Arty said he looked like some chick blew him thinking he was Arty. This is security. Yeah. So I just don't understand how that's possible. How she can, this total random chick, no matter how hot, makes it through to get into the limo.
I'm just imagining the setup, and so like one of the comedy clubs in Atlanta, the Punchline that
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't been there in years, but I'm just imagining that setup. And even if you were like a somewhat famous comedian, not like, Bill Burr, but I don't know, somebody beneath him.
Okay.
I'm thinking like you could just easily walk up on stage, super easy.
Mm-hmm.
The parking lot is small, so you would just walk out, and I could see if a limo pulled up to pick somebody up, you could get to it. I just don't think it's not like a concert, like
Right.
you said, with rock stars. It's just not that kind of setup usually.
Mm-hmm.
Not for
And
these small clubs.
well, and I suppose it also could be like since it's Boston. I think he said Symphony Hall. I think this is Boston. Uh, I just still, I guess I still feel that with whatever. Hold on, let me just check right now. First of all, we don't even know if the place still exists, but if it does, let's check out the numbers, like how big it might be. Symphony. Hold on. Symphony Hall, Boston. I'm thinking a couple thousand, let's say. There we go, Symphony Hall. It's a concert hall that is home to the Boston Symphony Orchestra, located in Boston, Massachusetts. And that was right. The accommodation is an audience of 2,600. So that's a big theater to play in. And again, that seems big enough to where if there is a limo needing to pick them up or whatever, there should be some entrance where the limo goes in, and that person wouldn't be able to get through.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be roped off or anything, probably,
No.
but there's probably like a back entrance, like a little
Yes.
secret back entrance. And, they probably have a dude there, not like security, but,
Like
like they hire an event security guy with a t-shirt, but he's
right.
not like really security.
Right. Not
So
like
maybe like one of
like
those.
3-4 guys that are, lined together, like 4 bouncers creating a human wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I actually feel like it'd be pretty easy.
Okay, fair
In
enough.
that scenario, I do.
Okay.
In my ear.
Did you tell her that was your mother and
I'm like,
sister?
yeah, look, my family's
Who cares?
here.
Yeah.
My family's here. Your boyfriend is clearly upset now. The boyfriend got lost in the crowd.
And
So
she's in a limo with you? And wait a second, Artie. I got to back you up. If it was some dude trying to get in your limo, you would have had him thrown
I
out.
know.
You wanted her in the limo.
Listen, I was trying to figure out the deal. Like,
Right.
maybe they're on the outs. Look, I mean, she was hot.
But, dude, don't act like you couldn't get her out of the limo.
Well, first of
could
all,
have gotten
at
her out.
first it wasn't that easy. She was like, I'm telling you, she was just grabbing onto me.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is where I totally let it out. So now she picks out a Sharpie. She goes, sign my ticket. I sign a ticket. She grabs a Sharpie. She goes, I want to write my phone number down. I don't have a piece of paper. So I'm like, well, we'll try to find one. So now I'm stalling because I don't know. I'll call her later.
Of course, she's hot.
So she writes her phone number in Sharpie down on my hand.
Oh.
And she's all drunk trying to do it, like right in front of my mom. She's like, oh, call me. Like she goes, I want to fuck you so bad.
Oh. Classic. Classic.
No, his mother and his sister are there. Oh.
Ugh.
Okay, this person sounds like a hot mess. Like just like
Oh.
I've he told a story about Heather Locklear one time on I think he was on a podcast. I can't remember exactly what the circumstance was, but he said because Mad TV was a Fox show, they had like the same commissary as cafeteria as like say people going from Melrose Place, which was also Fox, I think, at the time. And he said he'd see Heather Locklear from time to time, and she kind of treated her assistants like shit, like go get this, fetch this kind of thing. And he said he saw her at a party one time, and she was drunk. She was walking around barefoot. She was just, being really obnoxious, and he thought, wow, she really is like an evil asshole. And now Heather Locklear was quite a little piece herself back in the day. She unfortunately aged out of that, and that behavior. It seems less tolerable when you're 60 something and acting like an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're younger, you can get away with it a little bit more in
Yes.
some situations. But yeah, if you're older, most people are not having it. But I am just imagining this girl We've all seen this girl
Oh, yes.
out. We've all seen her. And it's different than like people going out and like, we all get a little crazy sometimes, have too
Sure.
much to drink or whatever,
Sure.
and you just go over the top.
Yes.
This scenario, she's crazy sober. She's fucking crazy, like wasted, like, but more. Like, this is probably just how she is,
Yes.
but just exaggerated because she's drunk.
Right.
She's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and when you encounter people like this, isn't your inclination to feel, well, not, I guess pity is the word, but don't you kind of spot it right away and go, like,
Yeah, you kind of, so funny story. My friend came to visit not too long ago, a couple months ago, and we went out downtown and we went to a little dive bar downtown and we were just hanging out and there was a band playing and this woman comes in, sure enough, drunk out of her fucking mind. You can tell when they walk in. You can just tell by the way they're walking. She was by herself, another red flag. She immediately walks over to this group of guys that are all like in their early 20s and she's like hanging all over them. Like, we were like, okay, all right. And we did the exact same thing you're talking about. I don't know what the word is. It's kind of pity and you're like embarrassed for them.
For them, yeah. And how old would she have been?
She was in her 40s at least, which made it, again, it does make it worse. And I'm sorry, but that's just the truth of it. And she had on this little tennis skirt and some little t-shirt, but not hot. Okay. She goes on and on. She's slurring. She starts yelling. The guys leave. They just get up and leave because that's how bad she was.
Yes.
So then me and my friend were like, something happened. Like, she is out of her mind today. Well, then all of a sudden she's talking to the band, like talking to them while they're playing. Because everybody wants that, right? You want to deal with this drunk lady talking to you while you're playing. And she goes, Gary fired me today. Gary fired me.
Oh, man.
Like, who the fuck is Gary? But she's like talking to everybody like she knows him. She was a mess.
That's
and we
sad.
were like, it was sad. It was so sad. And we were like, oh my God, I think I know why Gary fired her.
Yeah,
She
well,
was crazy.
well, maybe she didn't show up to work like that, but sounds to me, yeah, no, that was just her way of dealing with it. I knew this one girl growing up, and she was she was a mess psychologically because she had absentee parents anyway, and her dad, she always had it was a lot of guys in the brothers, but she was the only daughter, and she was, wanted to be daddy's little girl, but daddy was never around. So she clearly had daddy issues, from the time I knew her as a kid to later on. So when she did become this sort of easy lay, pardon the expression, but that's what she was. She was like the town mattress, one of the she was legendary in town for, if you had a dick, she'd fuck you, which wasn't exactly true, but she was so easy and so pathetic at bars that we all pitied her. We all felt this is a car wreck we could see coming before we knew what one was, before we were able to drink. So she was drinking before us. She was drinking later in the evening. There were loads of people like helping her to a cab many nights early on to make sure that she got home okay, because we knew she could taken advantage of, and some nights she probably did. I felt really bad. I didn't feel. I just felt under sympathy. I did not feel like, I don't know. I just felt like poor kid.
Like, it's not funny.
No,
like, it's not funny. Like, yeah, there's sometimes it's funny. Like this lady's situation was funny. I don't know. It was just funny. Okay. Yeah. It was. I know we did feel bad for her, but I was like, no, I don't know. She's crazy.
Yeah. And so my point is, even if you're Arty, put yourself in Arty's position. He's big. He's overweight. He's not. He's never been a ladies man. He's not exactly Tim Meadows. He wouldn't your inclination to be wary of this person as opposed to no matter how hot she was in this situation, wouldn't you just go get her the fuck out of here?
Yeah, a normal person would. A
Yes.
normal person would immediately not be attracted to that. And also, a normal person's not going to take advantage of somebody
I think.
who's out of their mind like that either, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, this is well,
Um,
maybe this is drunk
so
already and desperate.
that's what I was going to say. This is also Artie who sleeps with prostitutes and things like
Yes.
that. So it's not like he's top tier when it
No.
comes to that stuff. So
No.
maybe it was just one of those things, same
Okay.
situation where he was like, oh, when you're crazy, you attract crazy. So maybe,
Maybe you're right. Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. So she writes her number down. It took her forever. And now I'm going like this. Now I'm going, this is obnoxious. I go, is that a 7? Like, because part of me's like, what? So she goes, call me and let me know where the after party is because they got an after party going. So I go, all right. So we go back to the hotel. The limo drops off my mom. And Florentine's with me. Florentine's the best guy to have. He goes, dude, who gives a fuck? Just fuck her.
Right.
I'll have to corroborate that with Jim if he remembers this, but because as far as I know, he's kind of not much of a drinker when he would go out. He might have a beer or one or two or something like that, but he's just like totally sober most of the night, or comparatively speaking. But like, I know, look, amongst guys. And, it's just regular guys, maybe. But in that situation, my mother and sister are there. No way. All of a sudden, I would be like on my best behavior, first in the classroom, that kind of shit.
Yeah. And they're used to him. All right.
guess.
They're used to the scene that he's on or whatever.
I
But
suppose.
have some boundaries. Have
think,
some
yeah.
boundaries.
I would think so, yeah.
So I call her. The number she wrote on my hand on the way to the after party, and her boyfriend answered.
Oh.
And I go, hello? He goes, Artie, where the fuck are you? I go, I don't know, your girl's out of control, but she said she wanted to come in. I go, look, if you want to come to the after party, I'm so sorry. That wasn't my fault. Come. And I told him where it was. He goes, all right. They show up at the after party.
Oh, great.
Now,
what's she wearing, by the way?
She was wearing a leather, pants with, she had fake tits. She wanted me to sign her tits. That's how the Sharpie came out. So I signed her tits, and really, a perfect tan, little Italian broad. And they come to the after party, and they put us, in a back room, So...
With the dude there?
The dude was there, but I didn't see him at first.
Right.
She just comes like a bolt of lightning. And now I was sitting in the corner, and I was talking to this other chick. I don't know. It's like I've never been on a hotter streak with broads. So, and the other chick who I just started talking to gave me her number on one of the ticket stubs. And this other chick comes and was real aggressive. And now this other girl's kind of jealous. I'm like, well, I'm living Brad Pitt's life all of a sudden. So,
nice.
The other chick comes over to me, and now the drunk chick, out of control chick, she's fucking licking my face, and she was drinking a young Richard Harris or Peter O'Toole. She was drinking Jaeger. They got to order a tequila, Jaeger, and tequila and beer.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I can already smell the booze. That's how
God.
The way he explains it.
When he said Jaeger, I immediately went back in time and I tasted that taste. Oh my God. Ugh.
Yeah.
She sounds out of control.
And I will tell you, it's not like I've got a couple of friends that have establishments, right? Kids don't drink like we used to, by and large. They just don't. They're not. Maybe it's they're not wanting to spend the money so much. But they're not. I don't believe the culture is ingrained as much.
Right.
Maybe in university or college, whatever, they might drink, over the top. But socially now, they're not the big drinkers. Most people like we used to be.
Yeah. So I believe that because my son's 20. He's about to be 21 next month, and him and his friends don't drink like that. They don't. But that's the normal thing. So I think it is just a cultural thing now that they really don't drink like that because none of them smoke either, which is good. But yeah, it is. I think it's just a different group of kids.
Yeah, well, but that type of drinking, that type of manic switching alcohol, drinking just everything out there. That to me is that was always scary. Like even in my heyday, like when I was really, in my 20s and really willing to do that kind of stuff, I never mixed like that because I knew it was bad news.
Well, I mean, I have, but it's you because I didn't really know any better, I
Yeah.
guess. We just did it. Yeah, we
Right.
mixed when it was like big nights out or whatever.
Hmm.
But to that extreme where it is just constant. You look, we had nights that were
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes.
That wasn't our lifestyle was crazy. This person, I bet you that was just her way of life. Like she was just out
Yes.
of control in
Yes.
all the ways, all the time.
I think so too. That sounds like not, I guess, pathological. Like
Hmm.
there's something in this chick to really just hit it hard every tough fucking time. But that is also how some people drank in general. Like they're really weird cases. Their metabolism was different than everybody else. They needed
Yeah.
to get fucked up. The sooner the better. I've never been like that. Not even when I was emotionally distraught.
No, actually, I never drank when I was upset. I was always drinking when we were having a good time. Like we were just
Same.
having fun. And
Yes.
like, now granted, there were times where us girls, we'd end up crying at the end of the night
Yeah.
because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
But no, I never drank because I was upset. It was just because we were out and we were
Yeah.
just having fun.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
where you were, absolutely, yeah.
Me under the table. You're going to throw up? She goes, no, I hold my liquor really well. She was real thin with a tan stomach and the fake tits. So I'm like, okay, keep drinking. So now she grabs my cell phone, and she's doing some shit with my cell phone. I notice it 10 minutes later, and I see she's got Bob Saget and David Spade's number.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
no.
And she's looking at it. I can see she's trying to memorize it.
Oh, my God, Artie.
And I'm like, give me that. She goes, no, I was writing my.
Knowing Saget and Spade, they wouldn't mind if this chick had their number.
Of course not. Like I could
Right.
care less.
Yeah, but I mean...
Luckily, I don't have yours in there.
They don't know who she is.
So
He's a little jittery.
So now she does that.
Please.
She goes, I put a better number in there. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to retrieve it. So now Florentine comes over to me. And when Florentine says this, you know you got to heat it because he's just trying to get everybody laid around him. And Florentine's a guy's guy. He goes, dude, her boyfriend's here. He's fucking pissed off. Just know. He whispers this in my ear. He goes, he's watching every move you make, man. Don't fucking kiss her or nothing because he's fucking mad. And he looks like he was a big guy. So I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck? He goes, just tell the guy to come over here and grab his girlfriend. I don't need this hassle. I got this other chick. So, sure enough, 10 minutes later, she bit me. She almost drew blood.
What? What? Why?
I guess like macking him, like, like kind of, on his neck, nibbling or something. And then,
Oh my
that-
God.
but again, this sounds like someone psychopathic with booze. Just to like
She sounds fucking crazy.
instant like wackadoodle, just add booze.
This is why women get called crazy. This
Yes.
right here is
Yes.
why. But you know what? Why did her fucking boyfriend bring her there in the first place?
I have no idea. Now the thing is, and I've Dad never taught me this, but through my brother's, stories or whatever, because my brother was always like a serial monogamist. He was never a party dude either, but he did tell me a long time ago, don't ever fuck crazy. Do not. Like, that was one thing that every guy gets passed down, but there's always one guy, that will do it and then tell you the psycho chick stories. And I've got a couple of those friends, and I go, why do you keep doing it? For the story? Like, because you're really curious, is it true or not? Because if enough people say it about the person, then it probably is true.
Yeah, I think some people are, I imagine.
Self-destructive?
Yes. And it is that thing where kind of like women are attracted to like shit guys.
Bad news.
Yeah, it's the same thing probably.
I guess
Because
so.
also the crazy girls are usually kind of hot too. I don't know why. It goes hand in hand, but it usually
Yeah, I
does.
don't know what it is. Maybe because the looks get them out of trouble more often than not. So that's I think that's a big part of it. Like
And then
this,
probably
we'll put up with more. We'll put up with more if they're hotter, and that's not always true.
yeah, and if you're a little crazy, you're also insecure, so they're probably keeping up with their looks too a lot more. Like this lady had fake boobs and stuff. I don't know. It's a whole thing, but
Yeah.
I figure there's probably some kind of attraction to the crazy a little bit, but then you get in it and these guys are probably like, oh shit, I wasn't looking for this.
Oh fuck. No. No, I'm not. Like I said, too much. There's certain level of crazy that's just too much. That becomes like Glenn Close kind of shit, fatal attraction.
And boyfriend comes over. There's a table. He jumps on the table, and I thought he was going to pull out a gun. So I got my arm fucking cocked, just like to hit this kid in the face. And he gets right, and he goes, "No, Artie, I'm not mad at you." And I go, "All right." He gets right in the broad's face, giving her the finger. "Fuck you, slut. You fucking slut. Fuck you." And I'm like, what if you ever met Bruce Willis? She's doing this to me, You got issues with this broad.
Right.
So I feel like pulling him aside and go, "Listen, let me fuck her and just you fucked her. Now go on. Like, get her out of your life."
Right.
Yeah, why do you want to be with her?
I'll fuck her and
So
you can leave.
now she continues to flirt with me. The kid's an inch from her face. And I felt so bad for the guy. So finally he grabbed her. They leave. The next day I'm at breakfast telling my uncle the story at the hotel, and it shows I got a text message, and I got to give it to Teddy. I don't know how to get a text message. So Teddy reads, and he goes, "Yeah, it's from that girl," and she goes, "This is my other number. I live in New York City. We're big fans. We drove up to New York to see it." So he goes, she goes, "This is my other number. I live in New York. I'm dying to get together with you. You're such a good time. Please call me."
Such a good time. Yeah, you need about 80 Jaegers in you.
Right. So, I think she's kind of easy to get drunk.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I
Pick her
call
out.
Florentine, and the kid seemed like a nice guy. I so relate to that guy, not to me. I'm the guy.
I believe him when he said this.
What, that he relates to the nice guy on the side?
I think so. I think inherently Artie was and is a nice guy. Like the drugs,
I do too.
I don't think the drugs and the alcohol take away your inner personality that much. I mean, you might on drugs and on booze change your personality to become just you bring out your lower impulses. But inherently, like I think at his core, he would be like, and I was the same way. I had this discussion ages ago with lots of friends over the years. If my buddy was interested in a girl that I really liked, but I knew it meant a lot to him, like this he was really like super hung up on someone, I wouldn't even make a move because my friendship, that's my bro. I'm not doing that. Like it's going to make him upset. I'd rather not. And it doesn't happen that often. You know what I mean? He's someone who has his heart really set on it. I have that in my head. Like his friendship's worth more to me than some piece of ass. And there are other people that wouldn't give a fuck. I don't think Artie's like that.
No, I agree with that. And I do agree that he, to his core, is a caring person.
Yes.
Which I think we've even discussed this in the past before, how he is the one who kind of, you can tell, is caring about other people. But of course, the addiction makes you crazy.
Yeah.
So I could see that. Although I think he was enjoying the attention very much too.
Sure.
So he let it go on and he fed it, and so that's where he messed up.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, wait a second.
But no,
what are you going to do about it?
But
I'd be over there today fucking her.
I'm so horny now. Believe me, every phone number I got on the road, I'm calling people. I'm like, I'm just going to try to get as much pussy as I can.
Good.
Like, why not?
That's what you're supposed to do now.
You sound like a man.
For the first time, I'm really...
like he really discovered something.
Yeah, because, you know what? I think I'm going to get some pussy.
Well, for the first time...
Can I ask you something? Are you going to call this broad?
I'm thinking I am. I got a couple of guys about, like Florentine said, yeah, fucking just call her. And I'm like, well, what if this guy's like a maniac and shit?
Oh, man, he knows.
Is he sticking with this chick?
I don't know. To me, I would have just left the fucking slut. Yeah. Like, fuck her. But, maybe he really has feelings for the girl. He sat there and watched her maul me.
Wow.
He doesn't have feelings.
It's
probably the hottest chick he ever got, and he wants to hold on. But she's a total fucking... She's totally disrespecting the dude.
He also looked like a guy who could get chicks. You know what I mean? But
like the way it's explained, again, that's a situation I would totally empathize with the guy, and I would actually not. I would deliberately avoid this woman.
I know most normal people would.
Yeah,
they
would.
You don't want to
be part. You don't want to be part of that drama.
No, and we all know the person that like loves to flirt with, like, just say your boyfriend or your girlfriend. There's always somebody creeping around the couples who gets that thrill on flirting with
Yes.
your partner.
Yeah.
And so there's that. So I don't know if Artie was like kind of feeling that a little bit, maybe too, but he fed it. He
Yes.
played into it because nobody's going to be on you like that unless you're allowing it.
Well, that's it, and like you pull yourself away if you can't get the person away from you, you yourself recoil. And I know, like I said, when I was in my single days, that would be one of those red flags that I'll just go over here. There's the psychic abuse I'm going to give myself or endure from you is not worth the 2.5 minutes it's going to take to screw.
Oh, no.
I mean, like what you can always give yourself a fucking hand job. No, because I mean, the thing is like I always thought of, and I overthought it as a kid. I was always like, what's going to happen down the road? Not like, I guess I overthought things too much, but I just saw it happen so many times in slow motion to other people that I was always reticent, unless I really had to vet someone before I made a move.
Yeah, I get that. I was a little bit more like that too. Of course, we all have our moments, where it's whatever, but
yeah, sure. Especially when there's a lot of booze involved. I mean, like suddenly all the right decisions go right in the toilet. And on those nights, I have to say I was lucky. Every one of those nights, either if I went home alone and whatever, and just just defiled myself and woke up like, Jesus Christ, why are the sheets this color? But or went to somebody's house and it was fine because everybody was on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
But I got lucky because it could easily go the opposite way and go tits up really badly.
Oh, yeah, of course. All right. So our little friend group, I keep imagining this because there was one guy in our friend group who kind of reminds me of Artie a little bit, like the same big, lovable, funny.
Right.
Everybody loved him and everybody did love him, like everybody.
Yeah.
But he was a big time drinker and he would like pass out at the table when we were out. He was that guy, right?
Okay.
But he was so funny and lovable. Like we all loved him. But he was notorious for picking up these crazy girls when we went out. Every time he would do it. But they didn't have boyfriends. I will say that much. They didn't have boyfriends. They were crazy.
There wasn't drama like that. They were just nuts.
No, we were just always like, oh, fuck, here we go again. Here comes old, Tracy in the car with us, some chick from the bar. I'm like, oh, goddamn, now we got to deal with her ass.
Yes.
Somebody's got to take her back to her car the next day. And it's always one of the girls because he's still passed out. It was a whole thing. But, you look back on that as like fun stories and fun times and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And then often it becomes, well, they are life lessons, but you go, these are, what is it? There, but for the grace of God, go I, or something. Like you kind of go, let's use these as the stories, like future avoidance stories. Like this is why you don't do this, guys. Look at this example. Don't be like this.
This is the guy who one time, and I wasn't in the car, but God, I love this story. He and a couple other guys were in the car, and they were going around the corner, like when you're getting on the highway, sometimes you have to do this really sharp turn as you whatever on the entrance ramp, and so he's being stupid. He goes, oh, a lot of guys lose it right here, and sure enough, he had lost control of the car, and they ended up in a ditch. Like they weren't hurt, but this is who we're dealing with. And like, I love that story because it's so stupid, and that just I do miss that kind of stuff because it was ridiculous.
That's brutal.
But I guess the fame thing with these broads, they just don't care. And I mean, she was being so disrespectful to him. And I got that old guinea in me, too. I'm like, I would have fucking, part of me wanted to smack her. So, I think
what does she look like? How tall is she?
Grover, help me out here. She's like about 5'3". She looks like a little,
cute little thing. I could only see her from the back, but her ass was fucking. It was.
You know what? Italian American Idol chick. She's got that kind of...
Yeah. He's right.
That kind of body.
So I would call her up and say, I'm coming over today to fuck you.
Little Italian broad.
I mean, that's the type of girl you say, I'm coming over. Let's see what's going to go down.
Right. She's 23.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it was so funny, though, because I'm sitting there, like, if the boyfriend wasn't there, I just would have made out with her right there. We wouldn't have gotten through the limo ride. We wouldn't have got to the hotel.
I like that you're making out with her in front of your mom.
I wasn't, though. Like, it was so embarrassing. I'm like,
hey, Mom, can you get out of the car?
My mother's like...
That is desperate.
Why's your mom with you?
What you do?
Why's your...
God.
I doubt there was a time where they did that ever again.
No, could you imagine? Oh my God. Ew.
I mean, his sister, I'm certain, would have been appalled, just as appalled, but at least she would have said, like, she would have been, she basically almost the same age, and she understands, what we've been. The mother, God, I would be embarrassed.
I know, your mom. Ew.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. That would be. I just cringe.
Mom with you.
It was Symphony Hall in Boston. It was a sort of a classy gig, and she likes getting out of the house. And I brought her up. I got her
to the wrong show.
Get her own car, Artie.
Yeah. Well, we had a big limo. We went to Ritz. I mean, I didn't know this was going to happen.
It wasn't that classy. The dudes next to me had to leave because somebody fucking puked off the balcony.
We defiled.
A big classy gig.
We defiled Symphony Hall.
Oh, man. Imagine the guy who has to clean that puke off the floor.
At his signing, he had broads bringing him cupcakes and devil dogs with their phone numbers on them and shit.
Nice.
At least 2 dozen broads he could have banged at the signing.
Wow. That, he used to joke and say rock and roll, Artie. That is rock and roll. Because at a comedy show, I mean, I'm sure that I know there are comedy groupies, but that's on that level. They said a couple of dozen. Holy fuck. Boy, am I in the wrong racket.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, local bands probably do the same stuff. Like,
really?
Yes. Yes. My brother's in a, yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's just on a lower level. It's the same shit. It's just different tiers of venues, quality control. Of women. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, Christ. Okay.
And they were good looking too?
Yeah, they weren't bad looking. I mean, shit, they had pussy.
Yeah, they had cupcakes. Chick brought me homemade cupcake. The chick who brought me homemade cupcakes was cute.
Have you banged anybody since that chick you wanted to send flowers to?
The last time I got laid was the chick I sent flowers to. That was,
Did you send the flowers?
Last week. No.
You went with Robin's advice.
Everybody. And this other girl who I've become friendly with, I'm talking on the phone. I asked her advice, and she's like, no, don't send the flowers.
Yeah, too bad. Chick almost had flowers.
Yeah, but it would have been the wrong message, I'm telling you.
I mean, just
but most of the emailers agree with you, Robin.
Yeah.
If anybody fucking is even thinking about, like, just look at what showbiz. I've never been more obese. I'm gross. Right. And I'm a comedian on the show. You know what I mean? It's like chicks are just, they're all whores.
Well, this is what Boyd was saying to Jeff.
Okay, not all. These, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, right. And I suppose, I'm sure Penn Jillette doesn't get these kind of groupies. You know what I mean?
He does. No, he doesn't.
I think
really
certain guys. I guess there's a mystique also, like you said. There's a mystique with certain comics as well. Like, does Jim Jeffries get groupies like this? I doubt it. Does Bill Burr? No. But the fact is, I think most people that know he's married and his wife and his kids are a big part of his act now wouldn't do this.
So I think it's also the vibe you give out too.
Yes.
Like, I think you can give the vibe that, hey, I'm up for it. And some men like that would just be kind of closed off. Like, I don't see Bill Burr putting up with this shit. Oh. Like, get the fuck off me.
No.
Now, Dane Cook,
Dane
he
Cook
would.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, he probably would. He probably did.
Oh, yeah, I'm certain. Because a lot of, at the time, he was a big, like, almost like a pinup comedian. Like
he was.
A lot of women just thought he was really God's gift to.
So.
You did, really? Were you?
I did. I thought he was hot. Yeah, I was back then.
Okay. Well, I guess it depends. It definitely depends on the type of comic, the type of humor. The venue can play into it, but mostly do you know the person's ready to party or not? Mm-hmm. And somebody like Arty, every day, like 4 days a week, not every day, but every day on the week, most days when he's in, telling you about the debauchery, that I guess it lends itself to this kind of behavior. But holy fuck.
Yeah, and then too, when he's out, he's acting crazy. He's life of the party. He's drinking. He's good time Arty, and everybody loves it, and people are drawn to that. And so, sure enough, he gives the vibe that hey, he's down, and sure enough, he picks up these crazies because he's
crazy magnet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jackie left the show and became single.
Yeah,
That's not what you do.
I like Jackie's dating women his own age.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
I think about all the hot chicks in high school. Now I think about them. I go, ooh, they're my age.
Yeah, you don't want them back.
Ooh, they're gross.
They're too old for you.
You know, I know you talk about the tear you went on, but Christ, the shit you could be doing.
Oh, it's crazy. Don't I know?
It's like, whatever. I mean, again, and I am no ladies' man. Anyone who grew up with me knows I would never fucking...
Me neither. But boy, I was with every actress.
Yeah.
I love that. This is where this is why I picked this clip, because this is the way I see it. We're going to play some more, but I believe, and you tell me what you feel afterwards, I think he couldn't let Arty get away with this story because he had to throw in some stuff about himself, Howard, because he was jealous of the idea, and then he decided, I'm going to make it like I was Mr. Stud, and suddenly, because I can't just let Arty off with this. I have to one up him somehow.
Yep.
You tell me when it's all said and done. So hold and during the whenever you want to, obviously when you want to cut in, please let me know.
It's unbelievable how this country. I mean, like OJ. Now I know why OJ gets laid. He's famous.
That's right. It doesn't matter what you're famous for.
Bin Laden would have a hot chick.
I went out to Malibu. I'm telling you, it was like I went from one famous person's house to the next, and in every house there was a different chick who wanted to do it.
Really? Think of the career.
It was crazy. And famous chicks.
Look at Salman Rushdie.
Yeah, that chick is unreal.
This guy...
Yeah, but that defies logic.
He's famous.
Yeah, but he really isn't. He's an author.
Is.
How do those chicks even know he's famous?
Thank God somebody marked him for death.
See, but Howard, like the level you're at, I mean, you're an A-lister, so pick out a chick you think is famous because you've seen her and stuff. The career might not be going that great. Like, think of the career move by being with you.
I went to a
what
party.
What Jenny McCarthy's doing with Jim Carrey, it's a guarantee. They want to be famous.
Look at her. She's getting endorsement deals again. She's working.
I went to a party, right? I'm newly single. I mean, real single. Like, it's announced in the paper, the whole thing.
Right.
Show up at a party. Every fucking major actress is there. I walk in. I don't know from this shit. Within 2 seconds... I got two actresses, fighting over me.
Good for you.
No, he didn't. There's no two actresses. Listen, a real A-list party, he's not getting into.
No, he's not. And no A-list actress wants him.
No one's fighting for him. No.
The way he even talks about it, you can tell he's full of shit because he doesn't know how to talk about it, because nobody goes, yeah, I go to these parties and they want to do it. No, nobody says that. No. Nobody says it. Look at how Arty's talking versus Howard. They wanted to do it. Shut up. Ew.
Right. And also, when was he going to Malibu? Even when he was single, he was a New York guy. He was not going out to the West Coast. And when he did, like, there's the one, I know what he's talking about. There's this girl, Carrie Stevens. She posed for Playboy. She dated Eric Carr, the drummer from Kiss. She dated David Lee Roth. She's from... she might actually be from Georgia, I think. And she's still a knockout, like at 50-something, whatever. She's still, like, incredibly gorgeous. And she wrote a book, and in the book, she claims she slept with Stern. And it sounds like, the way, like, you're trying to figure out when she could have been, the way, like, the timeline of when she's talking about it. The timeline places it right when he's still seeing Beth, supposedly. That he supposedly fucked her, and that she got pregnant, and then Howard was worried it was his, that kind of thing. She assured him, no, it's not yours, that kind of shit. Yeah, and he made this story about the night he spent with her, or whatever, but he didn't exactly say who it was. But if you listen to the clues and you listen to this person, you read this person's book, it ties in. But it also means that when he was seeing Beth, or when he knew of Beth, he also was with, he did have, this was part of the mad tear. Do I believe it's possible if I've been saying for fucking 5 years that the guy's gay? No, I said bisexual. That makes perfect sense. But it was, I think he decides, I'm going to make every story I can about me and insert myself in someone else's story that I've heard about someone to make it seem like I had this a wild life.
Yeah, of course. He was not on a mad tear. What, like
No.
2 people? And
Right.
I was with all of them. I was with all the actresses. What
Yes,
are
they
you
all wanted
talking
me.
about, man? No, they
Yeah.
didn't. And then just the way he sets it up too, he's already like covering for himself before
Yes.
he even gets to the story. It's like when somebody calls, they murdered someone, they call 911 and they go, I just walked in the door. I was out shopping and then I found my wife dead in the floor. Like you wouldn't do that. You would call 911. My wife's dead. I need an ambulance. Like you're not setting the story up. He sets the story up. I was single. I was very single. They had it in the papers and everything. Well,
Right.
shut up.
I was hard
Nobody-
single.
What does that even mean?
I was really single. What does that?
I was
what-
really single.
What does that mean? Like if you're separated, you're not single, because I that is something I never understood. Separation, I understood the concept of legalities, like separating a year so that, you don't know if you want to get divorced, you're still working, but basically you're, for all intents and purposes, it's okay. It's considered okay. I never quite understood the concept. I mean, I do and I don't. But then the people would say, well, I was by myself. Like, well, no, you weren't. You were still married. You're still, but I get it. But the way he's explaining it, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
It was when, the idea, because it was early, the way the timeline ran, it was something like 2001, the way she explained it in her book. Because this was the Playboy Mansion type thing. And if he was out there filming at the Playboy Mansion, which I believe he was, and she might even appear in Howard TV, I think, then this is like the love story between him and Beth is incredibly flawed. It already was, but this is even worse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny you said the Playboy Mansion because that's when he said Malibu.
Yes.
I was like, I immediately thought he was at the Playboy Mansion and he's trying to make it into this, A-list, classy, cool party.
Right.
Okay. We all know the Playboy Mansion, any fucking creep is getting a Playboy bunny when they go there. That's not the same.
No, it
is
isn't.
not
it's not like
the
it's
same.
No, and it's not a Hollywood A-list party. It doesn't matter because there was a mystique about the mansion at some point in its history, but by eventually it becomes like, have creep will travel. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So Bill Maher was at the mansion all the time. James Caan was at the
was.
mansion. Like James Caan was just a coxman. But by the time Bill Maher's going there, like then you're going into Dirtbag Central.
Exactly. He's there with Scott Baio for fuck's sakes. And
Right.
like Corey Feldman. Like get the hell out of here. Like no.
Right. Yeah.
One of them says, this is bullshit, grabs me by the hand, brings me up to a bathroom.
Wow.
And is trying to blow me in the bathroom.
Trying to blow me in the bathroom.
Right. Listen to the words he uses.
That's the problem I'm having with this. She's not.
Yeah.
If she gets you in there, and you let her, it's going to happen. Unless it didn't happen, and there's no trying. What, you couldn't get hard because she didn't have a she didn't have a pair of work jeans and look like Ralph. Come on. Fucking hell.
Trying. What's the problem?
I was like,
You're
this
a
chick's
sex
crazy.
And this is
I'm
somebody's
like
house?
a girl now going, wait a second, what the fuck is going on?
Was this at somebody's house who you knew well, or just like a stranger's house?
Stranger? No, I knew the person.
a friend
but
of a friend.
Yeah, no, it was someone I knew, but very, very casually.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'm passing Oliver Stone, waiting to get into the bathroom. She pushes him all aside and trying to blow me in the bathroom. I mean, it's like,
you can see how pussy.
Again, trying to blow me. This doesn't make any sense, this story.
No, it doesn't. And he threw in the name Oliver Stone to try and make it like this was some A-list party. That is not happening there. I'm sorry.
And if you had Oliver Stone in the mix, I'd say the Playboy Mansion was exactly where this supposedly happened, and that he was talking about someone else that went in the bathroom ahead of him. Again, inserting himself, making himself the subject to make him seem like he had something going on.
Yeah, or maybe somebody did one of these dummies, Klingon dummies, did try not this story, 'cause this story's full of shit, but I could see somebody like trying to make out with him and he'd be like, "Ugh," like he would be for me.
Gross.
Yes, like
Yes.
he's not even if it were true, he's just no.
No, I don't believe it.
You could sidetrack a career.
And I'm like, I turned to like a famous guy officer and I go, sorry, pal. You know,
what are you going to do?
Nature call.
Get your own. See,
and he knew what was going down. He was like, yeah, go for it. He's like, hey, fuck that, man. Go ahead. I'll wait online for you to get a blowjob.
Why does he name drop Oliver Stone but not this other person?
I know. Exactly.
Do you know? Because they might need to be protected, but Oliver Stone doesn't?
Right. And all of a sudden, he's into it. Like, he went from trying to, yeah, this guy was encouraging. Yeah, told me I'll wait while you get blown up. Shut up.
Bullshit.
See, I'm not at the level where I could probably get a famous chick, but
sure you can.
I don't know about that.
You're talking yourself out
but
of
you
it.
but you hear about, like, Spade was like that. When I first got to know Spade really well when we were shooting that movie, he was so into that Sophie Marceau chick.
Right.
And she was married to a French director, and she was so arrogant. She was real condescending towards Spade every day, but he would hit on her every day. And I'm going, what do you, Spade, I said, go to Hooters and throw a rock and fuck the first chick it hits. What do you care about a famous broad?
You liked the analogy?
I did.
Well, I remember he already talked about the review of the movie Lost and Found, because he was supposed to basically be Farley in a blonde wig. He said that, when you see David Spade and Sophie Marceau get together, you don't want to see them get together. You want to rescue her from his reptilian-like gaze. And if people remember her, she was the princess in Braveheart. She was stunningly beautiful. She really was.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
You know?
Well, wait a minute. Eventually,
I got to tell you something.
You got to up your game.
My game is up to where it's going to go.
I got to tell you something. The famous broad thing, while I don't think you'd want to, be in a long relationship with them.
Yeah.
Because they are nuts. Because think about it. Their industry is so fucked up. They get famous. And they're more neurotic about getting their next part.
They're crazy.
They're worse.
In fact, I was telling you about that Rupert Everett book. He talks about that. He's a gay guy who got to hang out with Julia Roberts and all. And
they're all
Madonna,
insane.
And he talks about how crazy they are.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it, and I'm, I have that in me too, so I don't want to be around it. It's too nutty.
Right.
Yeah, you want some downtime. You don't want to be living it 24/7.
Yeah, you just don't want any of that. I mean, I know that's why I'm attracted to Beth. Beth's like, they keep offering her stuff because she's with me. She goes, they're offering it because it's me, and I don't even want to fucking be on it. I don't even.
Right.
Shut up. Bullshit.
Oh, man.
Shut up.
This narrative that he used to throw out there, like, she doesn't want to do this stuff. She doesn't want to be famous. Like, okay, you can convince yourself of a lot of things, buddy, but not this. Not when you've got callers calling in. If you didn't have money, you wouldn't be with her there. And he's like, yeah, I know this. Your reflection doesn't lie in the mirror.
I think, I don't know what time this was, like what year, but I think that is his
2007-ish.
Okay. So by this point, it's been established Beth's career ain't happening.
No,
like her career is not happening. So I think this is his way of he's embarrassed by it, maybe. And so he's like, she didn't want it anyway.
You mean her attempts of trying to parlay being a bimbette into stardom?
Mm-hmm. Because he was trying to help her get famous.
Yes.
He was.
Yeah.
He had her in FHM and whatever else she was doing at that time.
That soap opera?
Yes.
As the World Turns or something like that, or all. Yeah, I can't remember which one it was, but it's on YouTube still.
Either. But yeah, there was a lot of little things she was doing. He was trying to help her have some kind of career. Because also I think he did want to be with someone famous to make him look better.
Yes, the optics.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is the thing I kind of struggle with. He wanted someone famous, but he couldn't deal with someone actually famous because their fame would outshine him. But again, there's the conundrum. If she's a failed, like, wannabe starlet, doesn't that make him look worse?
Yes, but it also makes him feel better. So there is such a contradiction about all of it because I think he hates her, but he also needs her.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's all that. It's very complicated.
Yes, it is.
Extremely psychologically complicated.
Right.
All of that.
It's
But
very
both-
push and pull. Like on the one hand, he needs this famous thing because it's a status thing, right? But then she's really famous. Again, she can't have a life of her own because she has to tend to me. So which is it? Like which supersedes the other one? I think it's obviously, well, no, I needed a beard. I needed someone to tend on me more than I needed someone who was famous to make me, because I'm already famous enough.
Yeah, but he wanted that power couple thing. Like he wanted that famous Hollywood cool couple situation.
I think he thought he did.
Yes. And so, see, that's the thing, though. So, like, Allison was never famous. She was just a regular lady, so he never had to deal with that.
That's right.
So, as much as he tried to help Beth, I also think he sabotaged it behind the scenes and probably in the business, too.
So you think so?
I do think so. I do. Like, he would allow certain things, but yeah, like, he wouldn't let her go on Dancing with the Stars, which isn't even... top tier quality, but to him it is because he loves that shit.
The latest season has Corey Feldman and Hilaria on it. Isn't that already enough?
Yes. And side note, let's take a little side quest here about Corey Feldman. I'm going to send you a video of, there's this really great YouTube channel called Jim and Them, and they do a bunch of Corey stuff. They did a reaction video of Corey on this ice skating show.
Okay.
It was so ridiculous. And he is such a narcissist. Like you can just, oh God, you need to watch it. I'll send it to you.
We may have to do a Corey Feldman side project.
Yes. Yeah. He literally said he didn't want to do, and this was back then, right? 10 years ago or so. He didn't want to do Dancing with the Stars because it wouldn't be fair to all the other contestants because he's such a good dancer.
Because he's Fred Astaire.
Yeah. He thinks he's an amazing dancer, but for real. Yeah. It's crazy.
Like is he as good a dancer as he is a guitarist?
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
He's
ridiculous.
I think Corey's an interesting thing, or an interesting example, because you do have the sympathy of, like, if you saw the two Coreys and you knew, like, we all know now the stories about Corey Haim specifically. Corey Haim's the tragic one because he died, and that's and then he released that so-called truth documentary, which ended up, all he did was name people that had already been outed as, except for Charlie Sheen. But Charlie Sheen's career was in the shitter, so it really wasn't brave on his part as far as I was concerned.
It wasn't. It was bullshit. And if anything, he was an asshole to Corey Haim. He made Corey Haim look like shit in the whole thing.
Yes, he did.
So him
crying he's crying when he hears the 911 call of the mother, Corey Haim's mother, talking to 911. And I'm like,
fake.
Yeah, fake. Absolutely.
He's a horrible person. I think he is
Feldman? I think he is.
Yes.
Yes.
I fully feel he is a terrible fucking person.
Mm-hmm. And again, I do feel bad for Corey Haim because we saw what he did to himself. We saw the drug addiction, whatever.
It was sad.
I think he's a Toronto kid that got eaten up and chewed up spit out by the business, and didn't have the background to facilitate recovery.
No, and I think there's a difference in those two, and you can tell the difference between them. And I really believe that something did happen to Corey Haim that kind of broke him.
Yes,
because he was a very sad person. Like because I did watch their reality show back in probably, I don't know, 2005 or something. I don't know when it came out.
That's about right.
I did watch it, and he was just sad. He was just a sad person, and then especially toward the end, it was the same.
Oh, yeah. And you could tell he was beyond repair at this point. You know,
Yes.
and had he lived, maybe, but I don't think so. I think too much was broken in him to turn him into a whole human being, unfortunately. And there's a tragedy to that. There's no tragedy to Corey Feldman. He's making it worse for himself.
He's a fucking asshole. And I could go off on this for forever, so we can stop, but I'm going to leave it at this. In that fucking documentary, he had this stupid rat tail, but it was on his bangs.
Yes.
Like in the front on his forehead. It was a rat tail on his forehead.
Yeah.
And the big poignant moment at the end is he cut the rat tail off and put it on Corey Haim's grave.
Fucking dick.
Go fuck yourself.
You want to juxtapose this in the business. There's a documentary that's coming out about John Candy that was it's called I Like Me. It's coming out on Amazon Prime. And I'm like, I don't have Amazon Prime, but I'll download it somewhere. I'm sure I'll find it. And I'm like, I'm already buying the tissue before I watch this because I love John Candy so much. And from what I understand and from what I've read from the reviews, it's more hagiography or hagiography. Like it's more reverential than expose. It's not so much because he really wasn't that dark a person. He had problems, but it was mostly self-inflicted. Smoked too much, ate too much, drank too much, supposedly did coke as well up until a point, and then never took care of his body and obviously died really young at 43.
Yeah.
But this is a person unlike Corey Feldman, who's absolutely beloved in the business, or was.
Yeah.
And that you hear it from the people that they document, and you don't hear bad stories about him.
No, you don't, do you?
No, not that I've ever heard. No.
Neither. I haven't heard neither. I like him too. He was another one that's super lovable and just...
Yes.
Yeah.
It came out on screen, and it didn't matter the fact that he had so many shit films. It was like you loved him in spite of the vehicles he was in.
Yeah, like he could make a bad movie good.
I don't know if that always worked, but I knew that we did give every John Candy film a try, even if we didn't have high hopes for it. And he was just so endearing in a lot of ways, like Chris Farley. Like they did have that in common,
Yeah, maybe I didn't see all his movies either.
It's there. There's more shit out there than good ones, but the good ones are excellent, I have to say. And Splash, I loved him so much in Splash.
Yeah, that was a good one. I still love Uncle Buck as one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, that's good.
Ever. Yeah. So probably I've only seen the good ones, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, if you watch Armed and Dangerous, you're going to go, oh my God. Like
I didn't see it.
No, don't.
Okay.
Just don't.
All right, I take my statement back. I take it back.
Delirious was also bad too. So, but at least near the end, Cool Runnings was a good Disney type film. That was good for the kids and stuff. So I got to give him credit for that.
This shit. I mean, that's attractive to me for a long-term relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
But the actress thing. So you go out to L.A. for some reason for a weekend. Suddenly you're never there in L.A. So you're the big flavor of the month. And then you walk out, and all of a sudden, it's like, some chick's dragging you up to the bathroom for a blowjob, and you're like, and you've seen her in every major movie.
You're like,
but you know what? Also,
thank you,
your
God.
relationship becomes a part of the business.
Yeah.
So he just told on himself, you went for one weekend. That was the Playboy Mansion thing, and he's going to make that. He's going to turn that into, I had a fucking massive tear, and I went there, and this massively huge motion picture actress took me in the bathroom and stuff, as if it happened all the time, as opposed to just the once.
Right. He's such a liar. He's not a good liar either.
No, he's a shit liar.
Because now, she wants the publicity from being with you, so you got to go to openings and have your picture taken.
But the thing is, it is really exciting when it's a famous chick who you've seen in the movies, and you go, man, look who's in my bed. Right. Look who stole my key to my hotel room and was waiting naked in my bed.
Look, I'm telling you.
Okay, so this is the Playboy Playmate that he's talking about. This isn't a movie actress. He's conflating. He's making shit up.
Okay.
Like all the story, like if you listen, I'll send you the clips when I get a chance, and you get to listen in your free time to hear the bullshit for itself. And I'll send you the Cremano post on Reddit.
Okay. Yeah, I want it. Yeah.
Yep.
Wilson brothers.
See, any hot chick's like a celebrity to me.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
The Wilson brothers, like Owen now is banging Kate Hudson.
Oh.
Because they got regular friends back in Texas.
Right.
They're calling.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah,
No, I know. And believe me, there were guys who were... See, I'm so bad with women. When I got on Mad TV, there were friends of mine who were, smooth with women who would come to visit me in L.A. and get laid because they knew me,
right.
and I wouldn't get laid.
See, I'm like you. I'm real bad with women, but I found that being famous, you don't have to be good at all. They just come up to you.
They do it for you.
Yeah.
Well, but think about how crazy insecure an actress must be in this. But, take, for example, me and Frank cast that chick Kara in my movie.
Right.
We could totally fire her at any moment, you know what I mean? If me and Frank were sleazebags and came on to her, now this chick's going, God, what do I do? Do I fuck this slob of a person who could fire me? And if I do that, am I a whore? But I want to be in the movie. So many women go through that daily, and I feel bad for them almost.
And the big stars?
Yeah,
they figure it out.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you hear about there's certain actresses that are rumored to have just slept with everybody to the top. And
there's a super hot.
Okay, so we're going to continue this one, guys. But this has become a discussion about people in the business, and he's going to bring up essentially Weinstein, but not admit it. But yet he still had Weinstein on the air and had him at the birthday bash in 2014. So there's, him being this caring person is all horseshit. Like, oh, I felt bad for this girl, whatever. But you still had this fucking this producer on who was essentially destroyed in the business by all these women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that shows you where Howard is.
Yeah, and he had his picture taken with him. He was all squished up next to him, all smiley and happy. So, okay.
He hates that. He hates that picture exists. He absolutely does.
Bet he does.
Yeah.
It's a nutty brain,
There's a super hot woman I know, very famous. She tells me a story about one of the guys who owns a major motion picture company.
Yeah.
This fucker gets her in a room, and this guy's as gross as they can be. And he says to her, listen. He comes in in his underpants, like he was just having a meeting with her.
Right, they
closes
don't even
the door.
dress for the meeting.
What a move that is.
And he comes out in his underpants, and he goes, yeah, it's
his PJ pants.
I know so many great stories.
Great stories. This is a great story.
Yeah, that's
Is that
a
the word
great
you use
story.
for the story?
That's not the word I would use for that story.
It's revolting. It's disgusting. It's reprehensible.
It is.
Like, these are the words you should be using, not, I know so many great stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a great story. Ha, ha, ha. So funny that this woman got molested.
Well, this is where he's going into it. So listen to how he tells it, and then this really shows you where he's at.
And this is straight from the horse's mouth. She's telling me the story. He says to me, come on. And she goes, you know what? I'm not. She tells me she didn't do it.
Right.
I believe her. I wanted to believe her.
All right.
But, it was that blatant.
I think he's talking about Rose McGowan, and I'm certain he's talking about Weinstein.
Rose McGowan would talk to Howard?
Back in the day, in the early 2000s, 2001, when she was on the show, if he saw her out at the Playboy Mansion or something like that, I guarantee somebody like her would tell him that story.
I read her book.
Oh, does she have a book out?
She does. It's called Brave.
Okay.
And she tells the whole story. And of course, now I can't remember how it exactly started, but it might be her.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, but what she says actually happened was he takes her and she gets swept up. She's young and doesn't know what's going on. She's super young when this happened.
Yep.
And she, you're deer in the headlights, and she kind of goes along with whatever he's doing because she's so shocked by it.
Yes.
But he basically takes her into this room where there's a hot tub, and he undresses her, and they didn't have sex, but he, forced himself on her. I don't know. I don't want to say it. He ate her out. All right. I hate that expression. It's so disgusting. Okay. I hate that expression. And then he jizzes in the hot tub. That's the story.
What a smooth operator.
Yeah. He's a classy, sexy guy.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I didn't realize she had a book out. I'll have to read it then.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like, I during the whole, now she, unfortunately, I think on Twitter, she got a little too heavy-handed, and I think decided to, when she decided to become the patron saint of all abuse, you know, and abuse women and make her voice heard, and all of a sudden you don't hear from her anymore. I think it hurt her more than it helped her. So it as opposed to being, you know, I don't know, she became like this warrior, but it seemed false. You know what I mean? As opposed to just being very honest and very, you know, like this is the plain truth. This is what's happened. You know, whatever, and stand on that. She turned it, and she tried to turn it into a career move. Unfortunately,
I think so too, because it's funny when I was reading the book. So she gets into Marilyn Manson and Robert Rodriguez.
Okay.
Also.
Yeah.
But you can tell there's always something missing. Like she never told what she did.
No.
You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying these bad things didn't happen to her. I'm not saying that at all, because I do believe it. But wasn't there a story about her and Bill Clinton in a hotel room or something?
I don't remember this, but it wouldn't surprise me.
So she never brought that up. Like, she didn't say that.
Well, there's a certain amount of culpability, like not culpability, but I'm going to say, like, you go along and then you get along. Like she decided, like at some point, I think part of her said, well, this is the business I've chosen. Much like, you know, when they said about Meryl Streep and her closeness to Weinstein and all these projects that were Miramax projects, and that even if she didn't, you know, she didn't screw Weinstein, she must have known it was going on, because she most likely had to do something like that when she was starting out in the business, not to Weinstein, but someone else. And I believe that most of them have had to do it.
They probably have, because I think that's just the way it is. It's just, it's not good. I mean, it's not good. I think Rose McGowan's actually, her story is sad.
It's very sad.
She did ruin it herself, though. I don't think she handled it. Like, there are certain ways you can come out with things like this and make yourself look better for it, like stronger for it. She somehow twisted it into looking insane.
Yes.
She like shaved her head and
yes, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, not, she didn't, you're right. There's a different approach she could have taken to make this, really parlay this into something else. It's sort of the same way Leah Remini, when she left Scientology, this isn't the same thing. It was apples and oranges, but she stood on the soapbox. She decided to and made a show out of it. You know, she made it like a whole interview show over time. And I don't know how many seasons, 2 or 3 seasons, leaving Scientology. And I think she did that. She parlayed that excellently into
she did,
its own thing, not a career, not a separate career, but something else. And it was informative.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, the only thing she spared were certain names so as to avoid litigation against the church. From the church, from members of the church. But I think she did more with what she knew than with what Rose McGowan did with what she knew. That's how I see it.
Exactly. And to that, Evan Rachel Wood had a documentary about Marilyn Manson, about that whole thing that I watched. And I was like, oh my God, he should be in prison. He is a criminal. And so she handled it, and I think in a good way too.
Yeah. I'll have to check that one out too. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah. It's good. It gets a little lame at the end, but it's worth watching. It's really good.
I'll definitely check it out.
You know, come on. Where's my blowjob?
Right.
Oh. And how can you be a guy and live with yourself if you're doing that, especially if you're the father of daughters?
I'm just not that type of person.
This is an Academy Award part. Get out.
Well, yeah, no.
How can you live with yourself? You're the asshole that asked Harvey, how often did you use your power to get chicks when he came into that show? That's where Howard's a disgusting asshole. Like, he's an absolute hypocritical piece of shit. He's talking about just taking this high moral ground, but then you interview the guy that you know that this is who you're fucking talking about. You're the asshole too, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, he got evil pleasure from it, I think.
Yep.
Oh, I know.
I'm saying, how can the man live with himself like that?
They don't have souls. What are you talking about? You're acting like they have conscience.
I can't imagine the guy who would slip his pants off and go, give me my blowjob for your part. It's like, it's
that
just
is
like,
not true.
Couldn't imagine it. You fucking fetishized the fucking story for like these porn things with these scenarios you had with Beth, and you talked about, was it mogul and starlet? He kept talking about that for how many? I'll bring that up. Like, I'll find that audio. We'll get it somewhere. I should fucking save it for this one and maybe just play it at the end or something. But I guarantee you, you know that he's talked about that.
Mm-hmm. What, the role play?
The role play.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The power, that's when he talks about, and when he had like Sal come in and talk about how he liked humiliation porn. So does Howard.
Yeah, but he wants to be doing the humiliating.
Absolutely. Yep.
Forever live with myself if that was my style.
That's why you're not an executive in Hollywood.
Yeah, fine. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm
You tried with Lila Arcieri, shithead, and she shot you down, asshole. As she should have.
not that way either. It's like, yeah, you're right. You got to have some sort of conscience to feel human. Some of these people just lose all their humanity. But that's the point I made before, too, though. If a chick is forced to be a whore, at least be a smart whore. Like, fuck the right guy. Like, you don't want to fuck a guy and realize he had no power. You know what I mean? It's
right. Like, you don't want to, that's why we got mad all the girls fucking Pauly Shore.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
That's ridiculous.
Waste of time. All Pauly Shore could get that blonde chick that we put in Playboy is a Tuesday spot at the Comedy Store. He's not a comedian.
I know, we got pissed.
Yeah, I mean.
Poor Pauly. He took some shit from us. I like Pauly, too.
What do you get? I mean, look, I'm lower on the ladder than he is. You gotta, a smart chick would go, look, if I'm willing to fuck somebody, at least pick the right guy.
But she might like to be entertained, Artie. You could make her laugh.
especially when I'm fucking her.
I would call that
30 seconds of laughter. You're about the fourth guy who's sort of a guy who I would want sort of respectable advice from, who said to call her.
I'd give her a call, see what's doing, see what she's like when she's sober. Let's call her now.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. Let's not say we did. And this is where it continues, guys. Hold on.
I'm going to bring in shoes just to say that to Dan.
Let's go to Rob in Naples on line 1. Rob, welcome to the Nick and Artie Show.
Naples, Italy.
Hey, what's going on, Nick, Artie? How you guys doing?
What's
Pretty
up,
good.
buddy?
Hey, I listen to your show on podcast. I can't really catch it live all the time. And you guys were off last week, but the week before, on Tuesday, Artie told a story about a girl at Symphony Hall in Boston. That girl was my ex-girlfriend. We broke up years ago, but I'm listening, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Artie's giving back the story. She was an absolute hooer and went crazy.
Yeah, well, listen to me. What did I tell you? If you're really the kid, you're telling me you're the kid she was with that night.
Oh, yeah.
That night at Symphony Hall.
That night at Symphony Hall, she got up at stage at the end of the show, ended up backstage. I'm looking all over for her. I finally go outside. She's in your limo.
Oh, wow. This is the kid.
Oh, this is definitely the kid, man.
Dude, I'm sorry, man.
Afterwards, Artie, if you remember, a couple of days later, they even got her to call into the Stern Show, and you guys made her look like a fool.
Well, that wasn't hard. She had slept with me. No, listen, dude, you're better off, man. You sound happy. Now, what did I tell you? I gave you advice. I said, get rid of this broad. Did I not say that to you?
You exactly did, yes.
I said she ain't right for you.
I had, it was a great night. And I remember even getting up in her face when we were downstairs in some hotel club or something like that.
That's right. Oh, my God.
She all over you, and I ended up getting up on the table, throwing middle fingers out, F you, and all this stuff, and I stormed out of there. Following me later. It was ridiculous.
How about this, man? What's your name, buddy? What's your first name?
Rob.
Oh, Rob. How about this?
As in broccoli.
We're at that club that you're talking about, that basement thing, and she's sitting next to me, and I'm talking to other girls, and you're in the corner wanting to punch me and her, and if I would have done the same thing, because I'm looking at you going, I can't.
Not even you. I didn't want to punch you at all. I just wanted to strangle her.
God. I mean, see, that corroborates the story. Like, because he already explained, like, no, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Like, and in that situation, when a girl's being that disrespectful, you don't really hate the other person. You do hate the girl or the guy.
Yeah, of course.
If the situation's reversed, you don't hate the object of the fuckery. You hate the person who's doing it way more. And that's I so fucking relate to that kid.
So funny. It's so funny hearing his side
his
of
take.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even understand. Artie, you don't even understand. That was my 20th birthday. My dad bought me tickets to that show.
He was a kid.
How long had you been dating her at that point?
I mean, we started in high school. I was dating her since I was 16 years old, so it was 4 years.
Oh, 4 years.
Dude, could you imagine, like I'm your celebrity guy who your girlfriend liked. Like, I look like a... You were, if I remember, you're a good-looking kid. Like, I mean, you know, that's why they're whores. Like, I had a little fame. The first G-list celebrity.
I'm the hated one on the show.
The first G-list celebrity, not all women, except the ones related to me, you and Rob and Dan and Shane are fine. But everyone else, no. But think about that, Rob. What would she do with Bruce Willis? What would happen to him? Like, I mean,
you have no idea, Artie. Like a couple weeks after that, she went to some who was the guy, Billy Joel show, and she was like backstage with Billy Joel.
Oh
God.
That just makes it worse. All right, now Artie's going like, I'm with that troll. Although you said the Billy Joel documentary was interesting.
It was good. It totally turned me on him.
Really?
It really did. Yeah, it really. You know, I hated him. And
I did not know that.
Song.
Why? Because of his attitude. Because he's from Long Island and he has this horrible like chip on his shoulder.
It wasn't that so much as I think I always just related him to that one song, the Heart Attack song, and it grossed me out, and I don't like it. The Heart Attack, that one I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just associated him with that, and that's the end of it. So I just couldn't stand him. But when I watched this, I tell you, I fell in love with him and Christy Brinkley so much.
Really?
Yes. Yes, I loved them. I think, and me and Raven discussed this.
Okay.
That they were the love of each other's lives. Like, for real.
Okay.
For real. Yes. Like, look, I'll admit this. This is sick to admit.
Okay.
There were moments in the Billy Joel documentary I teared up.
Oh, Jesus. I know. Fuck, must I watch this now?
Yes. Watch it.
Okay, well, I got Evan Rachel Wood, Billy Joel, and now I'm listening to The Nerve. A couple episodes I've listened to The Nerve with Maureen Callahan.
Have you turned?
What's that?
Have you turned?
No. I think her politics are kind of irritate me because that aside, no. Like I love the fact that she skewers, Meghan Markle and she skewers Howard Stern from time to time and certain people, but Bill Maher especially because Bill Maher is such an unlikable piece of shit, and he's just getting creepier with age.
Yep.
He's only getting creepier. That episode that where he had Barbara Eden. And she played some clips, but I saw some of the clips online. Like visual is way worse. When you see it, when you hear it, it's bad enough. When you see it, you just want to reach out of the screen, remove her from the room, and pour like lighter fluid all over Bill, and just set a match. Say, here, light this up, asshole. And because he just perved, he went like Howard Stern level with his Club Random shit.
I don't know what happened to him.
And Drew Barrymore, she made a great point in the Drew Barrymore episode where she was in, and Drew Barrymore made some comment about how she got disinvited to a wedding because a friend of hers was getting married, and she explained how marriage is just an institution that they force on us to make us feel blah blah blah, and she got disinvited, and she goes, maybe I'm the asshole. I'm like, yeah, you are. And that's what Maureen Callahan said. She's like,
I know.
This is absolutely correct. And it takes someone as tone deaf as Drew Barrymore to do something like that to somebody, no matter what the circumstances are. You don't do that to someone who's getting married.
No, shut up. Shut the fuck up. And she annoyed me in that too, because she was all over Bill Maher. I think she would have went home with him.
She was. Now, she's a legendary.
All over everybody.
She is in it. She's about as easy a lay as you could get in L.A. Now, I felt bad for her as a kid because she's only a couple months older than me. She was my childhood crush when I was one of my crushes, and she hung out with Corey Haim and Feldman. Like all the kids in Hollywood at that time all knew each other. But she was going to fucking Studio 54 when she was 9.
I know.
There's a picture of her passed out in Studio 54 as a fucking kid, and I'm
terrible.
And it's revolting, like that they let her in, for fuck's sake. Like that was that era. And I remember thinking to myself, she didn't have a shot at growing up normal with the mother she had and the father she had.
No, but you know the thing about her that I actually really do like her. She can get a little annoying with her.
Yes.
She's a little too flowery and like,
Yes.
that can get old, but I like her.
Okay.
She's really turned it around. Like she didn't go off the deep end totally and just end up in the gutter. Now it was not good for a while, but I mean, she's a grown up now who's probably not 100% has it together, but pretty good considering where she came from.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And considering she was washed up and like ready for rehab at like as a
Right.
teen, as a preteen basically.
Right, exactly.
And so I read Little Girl Lost when I was the same age. Like she released it whenever she released it. I was the same age, and like I said, we're the same age going all the way through. And I remember I couldn't fathom it as a teenager.
Yeah.
Someone writing
I know.
that. And of course, the sympathy gave way to when I saw the sort of later behavior of the flashing Letterman and making all these shit movies and just seeming like and dating that guy from Hole, and then just seeming like a complete waste case. I thought, okay, so now she doesn't have it together, and now she's going off in another weirdo thing, and I go, okay, well then she didn't have it quite together, and she still doesn't, and that I've never been able to shake that. Growing up, like I've never been able to shake the idea that she's not, as you said, she's barely keeping it together, but she's keeping it together in a way that she's still employable. Now she's got her own production company and she got her own show, whatever. So I have respect for that aspect of it, but I think she is nuts.
I think she's nuts too.
Yeah.
She would have to be after all that.
Yeah.
And you can tell it too, how she's always like, she's all over everybody, like, and not in like a sexual way necessarily. She's just always fawning over everyone. And like,
but she can be a little hands-on. She tried to do that with, who was it? It was a female guest. I can't remember who it was now.
Me either. But, because probably it was more than one.
Yeah.
But to that about Bill Maher, she would have gone home with him, I think.
Easily.
Like, she was into it. He was a fucking creep.
Yeah.
And I was annoyed when she said she's 50 and he said, you're still fuckable.
You're still fuckable, yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
He called Barbara Eden, a 94 Barbara Eden, a hottie.
Shut up.
He said, like, you know, and he was, the one thing he said to her, something like, you know, you're obviously you're not 39, and like the most bullshit backhanded compliment.
Yes,
and then he tried to talk to her about OnlyFans, and he made that a clip on his channel. Like he decided this was clip worthy. It was you could tell she just wanted to get the fuck out of there.
Of course she did. He's degrading. That's degrading. That's not like, oh, you're so hot, you know, I don't know, whatever. I had a crush on you when I was a kid. I don't know.
Right.
That kind of thing where it's a compliment and it's not creepy.
Right.
He was being creepy but degrading at the same time.
Yeah, he's like Howard, and he's become like Howard
Yes.
if he wasn't already like that. But he couches it in a different way. But also he's on there like a 12-year-old who's discovering pot and booze for the first time, and he still sounds like that dork that got stuck in a closet in high school, and so painfully like immature and incapable of talking to women that it oozes out onto into the screen or on the earphones. Or you're listening to it as a podcast form, and you just got like, I got a shower.
Yeah,
like, I'm a guy, and
yeah,
I
don't like
can't
him.
deal with this. And
I
so,
never much liked him anyway, but I really don't now.
Thoroughly unlikable human being, and I don't give a fuck about his politics. I really don't. And I used to enjoy Politically Incorrect, but not because of him.
Yeah, I never watched that, but
it depended on the guests. It depended on the topics as well. But I did enjoy it a lot because that kind of thing didn't happen very often on TV. And then, but his real time, like I don't watch real time. I don't think. I mean, do I question his success? No. I mean, clearly he carved out a niche for himself. Good for him. But it doesn't make him a more likable person.
No.
No.
God.
Wow, man. Well,
she's got that cute Italian face. Gets her into wherever she wants to go. You know.
She was adorable.
Yeah,
but
Gallagher's ass crack.
She's adorable, but the thing is, you meet her and you talk to her for a little while, and you go, "This is evil. This is an evil person." And she was next to me on that couch, and I feel my cell phone drop out. of my pocket, and I look down, and she's got my cell phone, and I never knew how to get into contacts. I didn't even know how I had contacts in the phone. I don't know what they were. She gets it because she's younger. She gets the contacts. I look down, she's looking at David Spade's number, his phone number.
Oh, my God.
And she stared at it.
She actually spent some time with High Pitch Eric in this city. She was mooching off of him, too. She's out of control. Terrible girl.
I hope she's dead, right? Is she dead?
She's not dead. She works in Connecticut. I think she sells cars now.
Oh, that's better than your death.
Anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. Yeah, she sounds like a fucking joy. This broad. At any rate, you've got the dedication for this. So whatever you would like to play, play us out with. I'm okay with.
All right, the pressure.
So your request was "Man-Eater" by Hall & Oates, and we'll leave play the 12-inch for the dedication. But you were just talking about a concert, I believe, with
he
Daryl
was
Hall
on
at
Live at the Apollo, and did such a good job. His voice is amazing.
Well,
so good.
I think they're both Philly guys, and they grew up with soul music, and it's like you either got it or you don't. It's like Boy George, when you hear Time, Clock of the Heart, it's like you know that wasn't a classically trained voice. That was a guy that he knew what he was singing, he had it. And when they played at Live Aid, they played with two of the Temptations.
See, so there you go.
Yeah. So and those guys, the Temptations are not just going to get up on stage with some schmucks, unless you know what you're doing. And they pulled it off completely. You didn't think, wow, look at the two white boys trying to mooch off some Motown, swagger by, hanging on with these legends. No, they fit in. They fit right in.
Yeah, exactly. And see, Live at the Apollo's the same. They weren't having just any old white guy. Seriously, it was like an all black show and concert or whatever it was. They weren't just having any old body. And so for them to have him, and his voice was amazing. It was so good. So good. Well,
this reminds me of the if anybody's seen the Buddy Holly story starring Gary Busey, who's kind of going into he's got his own problems now in court, admitting to sexual assaults and not knowing what he's talking about and stuff. The guy's fucked. But when he played Buddy Holly, and supposedly, because the story was never filmed, but in the Buddy Holly story, the movie, the band is all white, of course, the Crickets. They show it. They're booked for the Apollo. The curtain goes up in the film, and it's all black people in the audience, obviously. And he gives some and there's just you can hear a pin drop, and he goes, oh, we weren't expecting y'all either. They're from Texas, and then they just get into it. It's a great piece of cinema, and then they play 3 songs or whatever, and they just nail it. And I imagine, if it must have been something the Apollo doesn't get up and start dancing unless you have it, and they prove themselves on stage. It was a great movie scene.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it with that. We hope you appreciate it and you like it, and if what you think in the comments of the story. We hope this was a good bookend when we get back to find out what the big delay was from Slouch Show. This will tide you over until then. So have a great one on behalf of me and everybody at QF, and we love you. See you on the next one.
Bye.
This guy sounds exactly like I was at a bachelor party when I was a longshoreman. This Cuban guy was drunk sitting right next to me, and this ugly stripper was giving me a lap dance. She put her spread ass right in my face, and this Cuban guy kept going to me, Arty, eat the spider. Eat the spider. Eat the barking spider. I mean, he was possessed by something. And we were like, dude, what are you talking about?
El Creepo.
What's the spider?